Bad Movie Crew. Bad Movie Crew.
And we are back with another edition of the Bad Movie Crew, BMC in the building. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. I am your host, Neil. My brother is also your host. His name is Mark.
Oh, wait, going people, what's going on? Everybody good?
And we are back at it with another movie review. No, y'all liking the content. We appreciate everything. We finally hit 50 mark.
Yes.
50.
Yes, we are 50.
Yep, we are
50. 52.
Well, yeah, 50. Yeah, 52.
We got to thank everybody. You got to get everybody to shine. All 52.
Yes,
52.
Thank you very much, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for the love. Because of that, we want y'all to continue showing the love. Continue to share. Encourage people to subscribe. If you are subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content that we have coming on the pipeline, because we do have some ideas that we want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, like, comment, share, subscribe. You can dislike as well, because these are movies. We are Siskel and Ebert, so we are prone to be wrong. Y'all could obviously let us know where we're going wrong. We try to bring levity to it. We also try to bring a bit of serious analysis. We don't only do movies as well. We do any content that's in the sphere, whether it be trailers, movies, video games, etc., etc. So yeah, give us a like, share, comment, subscribe, dislike. Just engage us. Let's help build this community. No, Mark.
Yes, sir.
What are we reviewing on this episode?
We are reviewing Red Notice, another Netflix production. Netflix really churning out the movies. I mean, it makes sense way to increase the fees.
Yeah.
We got some big name actors to pay. But we're doing Red Notice today.
Right, so we're doing Red Notice. This was a submission from one of our subscribers. One night, Victoria, she watched it. She said, you know what? I think this is something that the guys should review, even though I feel she knows me well enough that she may want to have me rant. But I'm not going to cast aspersions on her character. So before we get into it, spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, just let you know that we are going to be spoiling this movie. So if you have not watched Red Notice, if it's something you want to watch, you don't want to have it spoiled or anything, now pause now, put us in the watch later, like the video, subscribe to our channel while you're there, click. You can watch Red Notice and then you can come back to this and you can, see if we're talking foolishness or not. Although I feel universally we'll be on the same page with this review. No, Mark, we usually do a setup, right?
Yeah.
We usually take notes. We are professional, if nothing else, right? So, what is Red Notice? Red Notice is, as Mark said, a Netflix movie. Came out November 5th, 2015. It came out 2021. It is just shy of 2 hours. And it's $200 million in production for this movie. It is directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. He is the director that would have brought you things like Dodgeball, We're the Miller, Central Intelligence, and Skyscraper. He also wrote this piece. It stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. So we have relatively famous people in this role. It was produced by Dwayne "The Rock."
It must a relative.
Yeah, I mean, like, sure, if the GOAT if you see them in Jordans, you will notice them, you will recognize them. I mean, shoot, you will recognize The Rock for sure. Because that's a lot of mine.
For sure.
That's a lot of mine.
Correct.
It was produced by Dwayne Johnson's production company and Danny Garcia. They produced this movie, their $7 production. And now, Mark, we get into Red Notice. Mark, see, here,
Yes, sir.
let me just give an opening monologue here. Usually, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to appreciate what we do. I'm not saying this because I want you to feel some sympathy for us, nor do I want you to feel as though we are not appreciated. But understand that I was up until 12:30 last night watching this movie. Right? I started this movie at about a little before 10:30. There was a pause in between there, but we can get it that way. Paused. And I watched this movie, and I am not going to lie to you, I had to force myself to finish this movie. Right? Now, I'm going to let Mark start and give his impressions on Red Notice.
They could have left 118 minutes on the cutting room floor.
Fact! Yo. Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to cross you.
That's all right, my brother. That's all right. I like each actor. If you grew up with the rock and wrestling, it's hard not to like the man. you like Ryan Reynolds. He's a bit of an acquired taste, but he gets mostly positive reviews. And as men, you like to look at Gal Gadot. Let me not front. She might not be able to act. She might be able to act. That's up for debate. Me and
Woman,
here, me and Siska and Ebert, me and here.
woman tongue heavy like a 10-ton boulder.
You like to see her on screen. That's fine. So I like all of them. I don't think putting them together was a good choice. We've seen The Rock and Ryan Reynolds play off each other in Hobbs and Shaw.
Right.
And it was good in its little bit. The Rock was himself, Ryan Reynolds himself. That's the characters they played. They just changed the names, but it's The Rock playing The Rock and Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds. And that usually works. But in this movie, they were toned down versions of themselves, and it didn't work. There were some one-liners from Ryan that was funny, but overall, the humor didn't. It seemed like let's call it mailing in a performance. I don't think he mailed in the performance, if you understand what I'm saying. But if he's normally a 10, he came in at 5 or 5.5. It wasn't his usual all the way out there. Now, is it because of that's the tone of the movie that they're going for? They're supposed to be it's essentially a heist movie. That actually heist. Ain't no Army of Thieves. But they actually heist. They actually heist. They actually had some decent humor. But I think because we're so accustomed with these characters that they are all the way turn up. The turn up, the be at 10, there's be at 15. And they weren't. So to me, it was kind of flat. The overall story of it, I mean, I have my issues along the way. I mean, it gave me different vibes from different movies. I got a little Indiana Jones, a little Rundown, another rock movie, National Treasure, where they're going seeking this treasure in the jungle. Had a little bit of True Lies in it, if you know True Lies. You understand what I mean? You're old enough to, so get ready for your Bart card and some Benjis. But like they took beats from other movies and it worked for the most part. But I just think, for me, it was too flat. Can I just say this? I know this is a thing that comes with all big name action stars. And The Rock is no different, where they always go into these roles that they don't want to be cast type into the big hulking menace action star. So they go for more comedic, more soft movies. We see it with Stallone. Arnold had the Kindergarten Cop. Every action star has done it. I mean, Bruce Willis, to be fair, started in Moonlighting. Again, if you know that one. He didn't hit as an action star.
Yeah,
and then
I got you.
Try something. He came from like the comedic
right.
drama, something.
Right.
Blow up an action star. So but he still kind of does.
John McClane.
Can we cut that out? I know you don't want to be cast tight, but there's a reason why you are as big as you are. Like, nobody's gonna mistake you for the sensitive type. I ain't trying to like say he's not sensitive, huh? But when you cast in The Rock, you really gonna believe that he's gonna be that soft type. He has built a reputation of being the biggest, the baddest, the loudest man in the room. All of a sudden you want me to believe that he won't be a smooth criminal? all of a sudden, you want me to believe that he's a smooth criminal? Like he's an international thief and this, next, and the fourth. And I was like, all right, well, like you say, we're true, forced to watch it. And the point where I checked out and stopped, took a break, and come back was when Ryan Reynolds and The Rock were fighting Gal Gadot. About 20 minutes earlier, you saw them man back out of jail and whoop everybody ass.
That was a part.
All of a sudden,
yeah.
All of a sudden, a woman that's 110 pounds at best in combat boots, full red gear, and soaking wet. Husking the two of these.
Yeah. That was a point for me too. That was a point where I contemplated, why am I watching this movie? And then it was like, right. You got a channel review, right? But
then it makes sense with the plot twist at the end as to why. But still, you're like, can we stop this? Like, can we stop this? Like this? Stop putting these women that have less muscle than me, which ain't hard. Beating up men.
I want you to know, Gal Gadot hit through The Rock.
The Rock.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know the dimensions of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he is 6'5", which is my height. Those of you who've ever seen me in person and said, well, you tall as France. Yes, he is my height and 275 pounds. And that was at the last, actually, the last time we saw he was 275 pounds was probably his last full year in the WWE. But since then, he has gone on to put on a lot of weight, a lot of muscle mass, because he's training for Black Adam.
Yep.
So, to say that he's still 275 pounds, maybe a stretch. Cody Man might be closer to 300. 6'5", 300 pounds. Gal Gadot, who ain't no bigger than me little finger, hit through The Rock. Now, I know they got some people out there that do judo and these martial arts and say, you know, it's not about the size, it's not about, it's about the technique and the momentum and etc. etc.
It's a technique.
Because I'm a petty, spiteful man, I'm going to put this clip on so that you can see it. And I want you to tell me as a martial artist if this is a plausible thing that you're witnessing.
Woo! You are nothing if not spiteful, sir. But anyhow,
Thank you.
yeah, can we stop that? Like, really, can we just stop that throat? But I really ain't got much more to say about this here for you because I have very little positive takeaways from this movie. Very little. And it's like I really gotta look at Victoria. Like she can get put with Jomel, like, you know.
Well,
like,
to be fair, Victoria is not big on movies like that. So, and she did critically knock this movie. So, for somebody that's not into movies, to say
hold on.
this movie is a joke.
But so did Jomel.
Yeah.
Jomel said the movie was bad. Jomel did say the movie was bad.
But I feel she set me up though.
But
Anyhow, we can get it. Victoria set me up.
Set me up. Anyway,
Jomel set me up.
Yeah.
And Victoria set me up.
Yes, and Victoria set me up. Yeah. I mean that we know about it. Anyhow, that's a story for another time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very little redeeming qualities. That's it from me. I really can't. There really ain't much more to say about this movie. Over to you, my brother.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the part of the show that you seem to like so much, where Neil turns in from but an average man to the Hulk. Listen to me, right? I was watching this movie, and I watched the opening sequence, or whatever. The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the man who says, "If you smell la 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 la," the baddest man in sports entertainment history. The man that broke a cast in the Fast and Furious series when he straightened his arm and said, "Daddy has to go to work," and picked up a light machine gun. The man that has fought Vin Diesel on screen, probably in person too. But you're going to tell me that this man is an art profiler for the FBI. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a man that can suspend disbelief relatively easy. But you're going to tell me that The Rock can come in a leather jacket and a turtleneck. And he is what the hell is an art profiler for the FBI? That's number one. Number two, he is not inconspicuous. He's not a set of car keys. The man has shown up in Italy or wherever the man is. I can't remember. Wherever. He is working with Interpol. And this man, and the reason why this is so critical and important is because we can get to it. Why I can knock that part. They have the Ryan Reynolds chasing or whatever. They're looking for these 3 eggs. And they're looking for these 3 eggs. These 3 eggs by Cleopatra, given by Mark Antony 2,000 and plus years ago. Worth literally hundreds of millions of dollars. But Ryan Reynolds is stealing them. But really and truly, the bishop is looking to collect all 3 of the eggs to give to a billionaire to give to his daughter as a wedding gift. These are 3 priceless, historic, ancient artifacts from ancient Egypt. And a Middle Eastern billionaire wants art thieves to steal these eggs. Not for money. Not to say, well, I got these here in my
personal collection.
He wants them to give them as a wedding gift to his early 20s daughter, who fawns over Ed Sheeran. When presented,
Ed? Remember in Game of Thrones?
Listen, the woman is given the 3 eggs as a wedding gift, and she bypasses them when she sees Ed Sheeran. All right, so we go back to The Rock, who is FBI agent, art profiler, and he's chasing Ryan Reynolds. And early on, as Mark said, you can see Ryan Reynolds is not. It was weird to see Ryan Reynolds doing things action-wise in terms of set pieces and not quipping one-liners at the clip that we know him to do it. And I don't know if that is a knock on the movie or a knock on just what we've come to expect from Ryan Reynolds. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that Ryan Reynolds portrays characters or has the one-liners going a mile a minute. But in this movie, it is noticeably absent, particularly in the first scene where it's like, I ain't getting the normal Ryan Reynolds. So I agree with Mark when they say watered down. But that first scene, first things first, I was starting to wonder if there's physics in this world or if there's personal injury in this world, because these men jump and fall from heights that would kill the average man. But even for Hollywood A-listers in a movie, it was incredible how they fell from heights, right? And survived. Okay. They set it up and I was like, all right, yeah, cool. All right, sure. I understand it. Going for a very lighthearted, Indiana Jones-esque type of, you could get hurt, but you ain't dead kind of vibe. We know who the protagonists are and the antagonists, and we know how school keep it, right? So you're not expecting anybody to end up in a hospital in this movie, right? No matter what happens. So the first time for me when I realized that I can't watch this movie, it's very early on, Mark. It's when they went to Bali and Ryan Reynolds' character is on a boat going across the ocean, the sea. He goes to his beachfront property, having escaped the Rock and the Interpol. He goes into his abode, and there is the Rock waiting on him. And not only is the Rock waiting on him, but so is all of Interpol. You did not wait at the airport to pick up Ryan Reynolds. You did not wait at the dock where he got on this boat to pick up Ryan Reynolds. No. You got on whatever vehicles you deemed best to go to his house to wait for him. You knew where the man lived. Anyhow, movie has to movie. Somebody thought that was a good cheeky moment, right? So Ryan Reynolds, they arrest him as the jewel thief, art thief that he is, and he goes to a prison in Russia.
The Gulag.
The Gulag, black site. And then the Rock is set up by the Bishop. Now, the Bishop is the art thief who is kind of the rival of Ryan Reynolds' character, right? Very mysterious character. We find out that's Gal Gadot. Well, not that mysterious after all, but she is steeped in mystery. We don't know what her motivations are. We don't know what her intentions are or whatever. We just know she wants these 3 eggs to give to the billionaire. We don't even know if she wants to do that, if she's just doing it to kind of subvert expectations and do nefarious spots for her own machinations. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the art profiler for the FBI, has been set up by the Bishop. And it has been insinuated that because the first egg, which they thought they had, is a fake. And it is insinuated through the Bishop's own doings behind the scenes to make it seem that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is actually the Bishop or actually complicit in the theft of the first egg. He's arrested and he goes to the Gulag and he is roommates with none other than Ryan Reynolds. I may mention to that for a particular reason. The second time I thought that I'd rather slit my wrist than watch the rest of this movie was when they escaped from the Gulag, because obviously, they're confronted by the Bishop. The Bishop is going to steal the second egg. It is in a very secure area. And they need Ryan Reynolds because nobody knows where the third egg is. They need Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds knows where it is. So Gal Gadot says, you know what, I give you 10%. Show me where the third egg is. 10% of the bounty that the Saudi billionaire is offering. And he refuses. So they decide to escape from the Gulag in Russia to steal the second egg. In the escape, The Rock and Ryan Reynolds make it to a helipad where there's a helicopter. And one of the guards that is trying to stop them from escaping takes up a rocket-propelled grenade munitions, an RPG.
RPG!
He picks up a rocket launcher, for those of you who don't, and he fires a rocket at the helicopter. This is locked on rocket-propelled grenade munitions. This is a rocket launcher that locks onto its target. The guard locks onto the helicopter and fires. How do our heroes manage to escape this? They open the doors of the helicopter.
Ole!
Oh, I'm glad you bring up Ole, because that brings me to the second. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm losing count. The third time, I tell you all, this movie is 2 hours long, but it took me nearly 3 hours to watch this movie. Not because I thought it was like The Heart of Their Fall, where he kept repeating and repeating scenes in awe of acting and cinematography. Far from it. I paused and I said, Neil, this review. You can go in there, not having watched it, and you're going to review it. You can say, listen, don't watch this movie. Good night. Thanks for watching.
Man, them kids.
But I'm a professional, if nothing else. I watched the movie. I soldiered on until we get to the third part where, having secured the second egg, and having been confronted by the person that owned the second egg, he is looking to kill and torture and kill The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, who are tied to a stake under a coliseum, where they're fighting
A bullfighting arena.
bullfighting arena, right? Because the bullfighting is going to quell the screams of our two heroes. I'm not upset by that. Sure, whatever. I could care less.
Clearly, by this point.
The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, they escape into the bullfighting arena, which, it makes sense. Hilarity ensues. But the bull sees them, Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And the multi-ton bull charges at them from across the arena and hits Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, I know y'all may be saying, well, surely he has broken an arm, cracked a rib, fractured a toenail. No. The Rock, true to his name, gets the up. Not even so much as a limp. And soldiers on. No, Mara, I paused the movie and I said, I'm going to turn up this morning. I'm going to turn up for this episode of the Bad Movie Crew. And I'm going to say, people, do not watch this movie. I have not finished watching it. So if I have not finished watching it, and this is what I do. I review movies. Me and Mark, we get here reviewing movies, and this is what we do. And I did not finish this movie. What kind of man would I be if I tell one not to watch this here? Or if I didn't implore you all not to watch it? What would I be?
You being a man of integrity and professionalism and all that.
But my integrity and professionalism caused me to watch the rest of this movie. I hate having values and character. I watched the rest of this movie and it just goes from bad to worse, including them finding a Nazi bunker in the middle of Argentina that has 90-year-old cars that still work. I ain't talking about I'm talking about we need to get out of here, swing the engine. Easy, fam. And not only are these cars at 90 years old perking, but are they perking? What happens is they are chased because all of a sudden the Interpol show up in this Nazi bunker in Argentina. So serendipitously, I thought that the Interpol agent was in on the heist.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Because the woman turned up and I like, oh, so she in on it. Because how the fuck she know what these men is?
I said the same thing.
They chased the 90-year-old car and the heroes in equally as old vehicles. No push to start.
With guns, that's still working. 90-year-old munitions.
Yes.
That ain't backfire.
Ain't jam.
The guns
Nothing.
ain't clog up. Nothing.
No,
I saw
Mark and I
that.
are not gun experts, but we watch enough movies to know. We know enough about weapons to know that after a certain time, dust,
You
moisture,
gotta clean them.
yeah, the thing, and you pick them up. Cars, just pick them things up on the move and the shoot and the bang bang. That's not how things work. You want me to suspend disbelief to have a high speed chase that rivals any Fast and Furious chase scene with
Right down on my shaft. Like the one that was 4.
the bad one, or the yeah,
Not as bad as.
no,
Not as bad as.
no, that was the worst one. Whichever one with the mine shaft was the worst one. Fight me. I said what I said. No, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the coup de grace. We come to the monolith of this movie. There's a plot twist. As movies tend to have plot twists. The plot twist is that for the whole movie, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is chasing Gal Gadot, the bishop, as it is revealed, to arrest her and take her to justice to clear his name because she has wiped his whole backstory and taken away his life. He and Ryan Reynolds bond through this. He even has you gotta give him some credit, a heartfelt moment where he says, Ryan, I need your help in getting to the third egg so I could get Gal Gadot.
He tried to put some emotion. I mean,
Yeah, right.
nowhere near as good as our favorite choir. But he did. I would say it was a decent job for the actor in question.
Yeah. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, there's this moment where he is imploring Ryan Reynolds to please help me find the third egg so I can find Gal Gadot, the bishop, so I can arrest her and clear my name because she has set me up as a jewel thief, as an art thief, and taken my art profiling FBI authoritarian
Career, whatever.
Come to find out that The Rock is actually in cahoots, Gal Gadot's partner, because apparently there are two bishops on the chessboard, and they both are the bishop. So they both mastermind the entire plot of this movie into manipulating Ryan Reynolds into finding the third egg and deliver the 3 eggs to the Saudi billionaire to get the $300 million payout and then have him arrested. Now I thought the bull hitting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and him getting up and not even so much as a dry cough he got. I thought that was going to be the worst part of the movie. Neil, you silly, sad, cute, naive little boy. What the Now I know people can say, oh, but this had happened in the movie and that happened in the movie. If you don't really watch the movie, you would have seen clues. Suck a dead dog. Because there is no way you can tell me, right, that the man that is fighting to get his career back as an art profiler for the FBI, you have made me suspend my disbelief so much to choose and decide to think that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an art profiler for the FBI, a cop, a man of the law. You push that narrative so far down my throat, whether it be in jokes, whether it be in motivation, whether it be in emotional leverage. And you can tell me I got sneeze.
Oh shit.
This movie make me want to sneeze, you right? And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I want to sneeze. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson didn't even have a runny nose after getting hit by a bull. This movie causing me more damage than a bull to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in this movie. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is not you force me. You force my Netflix. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Danny Garcia. You force me to believe that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an FBI profiler, art dealer with a turtleneck and a leather jacket. You make me contort my mind so much to believe that for you to come and tell me that all of the crying he do behind his career, all the please help me Ryan, I need back my career, all the look at me, I'm a victim. Oh, looking into the Interpol agent eyes and said, listen to me, I did not do this. I am the man that I say I am. You, you jerk that down my throat to come down and tell me that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is actually the mastermind with Gal Gadot. Fuck you, Netflix. Fuck you, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Fuck you, Danny Garcia. And fuck you, Rawson, Miller, Marshall. I don't even give a fuck what your name is, director. Fuck all of y'all.
Oh shit.
You understand?
Oh my god.
My only thing about this movie that I liked was 2 one-liners from Ryan Reynolds. Can't remember them right now, but I can put them on screen.
This Gouda is disappointing. Such a fancy yacht, you'd think they could stock some decent cheeses.
That's not cheese. That's uncooked pork.
I've heard tapeworms can be quite slimming.
2 one-liners had me cracking up. I literally audibly laughed out.
Surprised to see me?
Well, we're just surprised it took you so long to find us.
Oh, I came aboard yesterday. You weren't the only one who was crying at the end of your lovemaking.
Other than that, if they took this movie with no context and put Ryan Reynolds on a soundstage and he delivered those 2 lines, I would have accepted that as a movie, the 30 seconds it is, or a minute, than this movie is, as Mark said, it should be minus minutes. Them owe me minutes. Netflix has charged us extra fees behind this movie. This movie is $200 million. And you know the hurtful thing in all this, Mark? You know the part that because after I watch the movie, I usually do my research for notes, but that I wasn't doing the notes for this. I was so appalled by this movie. I looked it up to see if I really watched Red Notice or just wake up in Twilight Zone and watch some bastardized version of it. I went online and I looked up. You motherfuckers love this movie. There's gonna be a sequel. This is the highest. What was he for Netflix? What would be the highest grossing? I don't even know if grossing is the right term, but this is the highest opening for Netflix.
Watchstar rating.
Yeah.
Rated. Yeah.
Netflix.
However they rate their movies.
This is the highest, whatever that is, in Netflix history. You're a and we all know that when something is overwhelmingly watched, there is a sequel to come.
There's a harder. There's a harder fall too. Oh my god.
Mark, look, you can make me curse you too. Another harder to fall. And we watch Army of Thieves. And we watch this bullshit. Are you worried about another harder day of fall, my man? Listen, Ryan Reynolds, for those of you who don't know, and it was shown in the movie, he is one of the co-owners of Aviation Gin. And I thought it was very well done that he advertised Aviation Gin without showing the label of it. But it made sense.
I saw that too.
It made sense.
He had to be drunk.
I don't drink. I ain't a man that, even if I used to drink, I have warm beer here and there, a little rum and coke, but I ain't gonna drink gin for sure. But I ain't a drinker to say, like, Ryan Reynolds, you smart. Because this is an entire marketing campaign for your gin. Because after this now, I'm gonna seek out your Aviation Gin and I'm gonna drink the out of it because you didn't make me watch it, to be fair. Because your co-host, your co-star Dwayne The Rock Johnson made me watch this movie. How dare you, sir?
And I think I gotta come in like Black Widow. Hey, big guy. Sun's getting kind of lower. let me bring button heel here real quick, boy. yeah. Sun getting kind of low there, buddy.
No, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the part of the show now where we rate this movie out of something that is in thematically keeping with the movie. For this, Mark, I would suggest we rate this out of golden eggs. Simply.
Actually, that was going to be my suggestion this week as well.
Yeah. Mark, now normally when we rate these things out of the eggs, we give a kind of synopsis of why we think it gets that rating. But this has gone on too far, too long.
Too long, boy.
I want this
Too
episode
long, boy.
after this episode ends and they edit this. I do not want to hear about this movie again. I don't want to see this movie again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new standard in the Bad Movie Crew. We all were wondering and waiting and wondering, what them is the Bad Movie Crew and them are really rating bad movies. You're welcome. So, Mark, out of Cleopatra's Golden Eggs, what would you rate this movie?
A quarter.
You're so generous. You're so generous. I give this, out of a golden egg, I give this a lump of coal.
All right.
Normally, I would find something redeeming in the cinematography, the acting, or the music. Nothing here was good.
Okay, I love it.
As Mark said, the characters are watered down. They don't even do their shtick well. Because when Gal Gadot was fighting the two of them in that art museum, I could as well be watching. Look, I'm going to play the Wonder Woman theme under that. And I dare you all to spot the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Bad Movie Crew. We thank you very much for watching. And at this point, I'm going to let Mark take us home.
I think we may have broken new with this one, guys. Again, thank you guys for getting us to 50 subscribers. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell. Engage us anyway. You know us, and we will get around to your suggestions. We're working on all the suggestions we've gotten, but this one took precedence because we got to live up to our name. And I want to apologize for breaking Neil on this episode. Everybody be good out there.
Victoria, we're going to have a talk.